Has Virgil van Dijk got a point about the criticisms? Can sometimes maybe, is it justified first and foremost?
Yeah, I feel for Virgil van Dijk, I really do. Look, I've been in that position myself. It's not an easy place to be when you're heavily criticised. What I would say is he's, for a number of years now, has been one of the top 5, top 6 centre-halves in the world. I played against him many times. I think he's a top centre-half. He's a leader, he's the captain. I think he will be the first to admit there's been certain games this season where he hasn't hit the standards required that he set himself, but I think that's because of the level that and the bar that he's actually set himself. But what I would say is there is many other players in that team around him who haven't hit the same heights as well. He's had a different centre-half partnership every other week. You've had injury to Conor Bradley at right back, and he's playing Szoboszlai there. He's playing other people in that position. He's flicking between Robertson and Kerkez. So there's been no solid structure foundation for him this season. I know that's no excuse, but it doesn't help. Listen, he's big enough to deal with that. He's big enough to deal with the criticism, but I think he'd be the first to admit that some games this season he hasn't played as well as he'd have liked.
Yeah. I think when you're the defending champions and at this stage of the season you're 17 points behind the leaders, which is where Liverpool sit at the moment, then actually it's not a good season. So therefore people criticise you. I think Virgil van Dijk is an exceptional player, has been an exceptional player. At times this season he's fallen below those standards. And the easiest thing in the world to do is criticise people. It truly is. And he's got broad shoulders, he can deal with it, he knows how good he is. He's a world-class international central defender.
But I mean, fans will have their opinions, right? But also pundits, ex-players, those who are in the media business currently. How does that impact players on the pitch when you are hearing these? You can't run away. As much as you try to avoid, you can't run away from all the headlines that's around. How does it impact players? Because I think even there's a lot of discussion earlier this season as well about the role of ex-players as pundits and how it actually impacts the team.
Well, you have to be mentally strong, first and foremost, and I think playing for a club like Liverpool, you've got to be mentally strong. He's more than capable of dealing with that. But it's not easy. It's not easy to deal with criticism. I don't care who you are or what level you're playing at.
And it's more rampant now with social media as well.
Of course it is, and it's not nice to hear, and it will play on your mind, and I don't care how many times players will come out in the press and say, we're not bothered, we don't read it, we're not interested. Believe me and you, it happens, people read it, you can't get away from it, and you have to learn to cope with it. And look, he's going to be able to cope with it. He's a top player, he's a top professional, he's a captain of Liverpool, and I'm sure he'll, as the season wear on, I'm sure he'll pick up his performances where he sort of was last season. But it's been a difficult season for him.